Dnyanesh, we are here in India today. I'm so excited to be here because I love talking about the best products in the world.
I have seen your videos talking about the best products.
Oh, you've seen them?
Yes.
Well, then we're doing an okay job. The first thing I want to bring up, and I think it's very important to understand, Dnyanesh, is as we're in India, and we talk Hainbuch around the world. I mean, the world knows Hainbuch. This is the most popular product, right?
Yep.
I have to ask you this question. It's a hard question, but it's how we have to start because the audience watching is going to want to have this question as well.
Right.
Price.
Yes.
Quality.
Yes.
We're paying for quality here,
Yep.
and it comes with a price tag, but it is worth it. Tell me why.
So I'll tell you, this is definitely one of the more expensive products in the Indian market for workholding. But the difference is, or the thing that what helps me find customers is the fact that this delivers. It improves customers' efficiencies, streamlines their processes, gives them the accuracies. People are shocked when I say this. Everybody expects that I only have the big multinational companies as my customers. But more than 50% of my customers in India are Hainbuch customers who have 50 machines or less. And the reason being, they say, hey, I buy this once. I don't need a supervisor watching over my employee. I don't need 20 people checking, 100% checking. If you add all that up, then the total cost of ownership and the value provided, we are able to make a very good proposition to our customers.
Yeah, you've nailed it, Dnyanesh. I mean, you really have. When I think about what happens to my machine shop, what happens to my products, what happens to my tooling, what happens to my machine, what happens to my cycle times, what happens to my overall processes if the quality doesn't exist? Why would I throw all that away when I can invest one time?
Right, absolutely. And one of the biggest convincing arguments for customers in India is, it doesn't matter how cheap or expensive the machine is. A product like this, on your machine, reducing your cycle time, decreasing your rejection to nearly zero. What matters at the end of the day is how many parts you made that you could invoice. So the machine has to make money. It really doesn't matter about anything else. And to areas where we can give that kind of benefit, they are big fans and our long-time customers.
Dnyanesh, I'm going to tell you a secret right now because my microphone's not on, right? I'm sure it's on.
Yeah.
I have actually had customer testimonials talk about the Hainbuch product, and I won't throw any machines under the bus, as we say in the U.S., but they have taken a, let's say, medium-tier machine that might not have the tolerances of a multi-million-dollar machine, applied the Hainbuch product, and then compete with those multi-million-dollar machines by investing in something like this.
Absolutely. I've had customers here. In one of my presentations, there's a picture at the end that shows a 20-year-old Indian-made standard machine. It's on a crane that is shifting the machine from one plant to another. And the picture is from an angle, and you can see the glint of a Hainbuch chuck. The new value of that machine is 7,000 euros. And that 10, 20-year-old machine, we say this, hey, if your spindle runs at 2 or 3 microns, I can give you products and production that will meet your customer parameters of 10 microns or less. And as long as you do that, people will keep using the machine.
Exactly right.
So second-hand machines, old machines, we have loaded them. I've loaded a new Hainbuch chuck on a 1983 old horse machine. So it works.
It's instantly how you can upgrade something.
Yes,
for
absolutely.
sure. Now, we've done enough of bragging about ourselves at this point, right? Which we love to do. We love to explain why we dive in and why the cost is there, because engineering costs money, perfection costs money, quality costs money. You get what you pay for. And I learned a long time ago, I'm too poor to buy cheap. I must invest right away. So now that we've done that, let's go over some of these products. We have 4 tables so we can show the audience exactly what you're showcasing and how we can help them.
Absolutely. So this is honestly where we are showing off all our ID holding mandrels. So this is an example of our new version of our mandrels called the Maxos.
And is this patented?
This is.
Yes.
So you see this, it's a hex shape. These are grooves for oiling. This basically with the hex profile, you get more torque you get more clamping force, and we have absolutely not compromised on the tolerances as we give you as we decrease your cycle times and increase your production rates.
I even heard a rumor that is 30% more. 30% more.
Absolutely.
And to be able to go deeper and faster in some of those super alloys out there, that pays for itself all alone.
Absolutely. And 30% more is what we say when we speak in public.
But it's probably more.
More, exactly. Right?
We're trying to be modest here.
Number, right. So that is there, right? And then this, everybody knows, our good old T211. These are some of the bushes that go with it. This is a Mando adapt, so we have a chuck here just to show how we can quickly interchange from a collet to a chuck. This is the T212. So, and then, people are always shocked that we can do 8 mm in standard, right? Go all the way to 200 mm in standard. And then when it comes to specials, now we have micro mandrels where I can do 4 mm, and specials I can go up to 450 plus. So, but just in our standard, when I put this and I add this, and I say any diameter I can solve your problem, same concept, same technology, it's right.
Yeah, I got to spin that around to make sure the audience can see that difference. Two things that pop into my head that I learned early on about Hainbuch. One, I get to visit the factory, and I realized how much custom work that you guys do for the people out there.
Absolutely.
And the other thing that I won't say blew my mind, but it was good to have the awareness of is when I first thought about Hainbuch, I always thought about horizontal milling, horizontal cutting. But you can actually be in both mills and turning centers and have all of the quick change properties that we love about Hainbuch in either direction.
Correct. So, as I was showing you this, right? This is our spindle flange. If you can hold this one.
Absolutely.
So, I always tell customers it is interesting. I mount this on your machine, on your turning machine. This is there, drawbar adapter, bush, you're ready to go. But then I can take this exact same mandrel, put it on an actuating unit, and boom, you can have it on your vertical machining center. So the same investment I can put and create these modular solutions just by changing the actuating unit. And that is one of the most beautiful things is, your component changes, your machining process changes, it never is a wasted investment.
Absolutely right. Let's head over to the other table as you brought that up. And we started this off with price, right?
Yeah.
But you just told me that I can do multiple things with the same chuck. So now I'm almost reducing it in half along the way.
Absolutely.
And I think this is important to understand because of the quality that goes into it and the flexibility. I want to talk to you really quick about automation.
Yep.
Because India continues to grow, and you have 1.5 billion people here.
Yeah.
So it's been known, stereotypically, that you can throw people at a job fairly inexpensively. But I heard a rumor that automation is coming into play. And I had an interview recently where someone in the U.S. saved over $100,000 a year just in back pain insurance. Now, I don't know how that works here in India because they were lifting and moving a truck over and over again. Right. And your automated and patented automated solution remove those issues. Can we talk about automation here in India?
So automation, you're right. Historically, we have so many people. It has always been a labor arbitrage.
Those people at it.
Cheap, just have people at it. But, in reality, when you're competing in the global market, you not only have to have quality, you also need to get efficiency, right? Even when, you throw labor arbitrage, India is not the only country that has cheap labor.
No.
So we have to now compete with other emerging markets and make sure that we are making consistent quality products efficiently to keep our customers happy. So automation is getting more popular in India because at the end of the day, as you make investments, whether it's in workholding or in machines, time, money starts becoming a factor. Consistent process is becoming more and more important. And so, whether it is changing our collets with a manipulator and a robotic arm, you are beginning to start seeing some of these projects now taking hold in India. And we already have a couple of customers who have been automatic loading of parts, removing collets, changing collets. while not at the level of Europe, you're beginning to see an increasing trend in India.
I agree
for this.
Yeah, and if we're gonna just, because we're at the table to talk about it, and I see a couple of very familiar pieces here, even if you're not using a robot, you're within microns in a couple of seconds by utilizing this, popping it in and out.
Absolutely. I mean, we always have these on display just so that we can show our customers. I'm sure as you hold the microphone, it will work in front of the camera flawlessly. Yes, it will. Hey, so, like I said, you take this, you remove it, you take another one. There you go. No need to dial, no need to check run out. It was running at 5 microns, it's running at 5 microns now.
We're not making this stuff up, guys. We are going with the flow of what's happening. We didn't script this. We didn't plan that out. Quite literally grabbed it with a microphone. That's how easy it is,
yes,
and how precise as well.
And we leave this here because a lot of customers were like, hey, why don't you give it a try? Because, it's one thing to show, it's one thing to do.
Sure.
One of the reasons why we have all these products here on display is only so that a lot of our existing customers, the new ones, they could touch, feel, and actually try it out before it actually goes in their machine.
That's why we still do trade shows. That's why not everything works online. Absolutely. That's our industry. Is it? We discussed a lot of ideas at this table. Did we cover everything you want to cover before sliding over here?
Absolutely. I mean, I have right again here. We're trying to show we have the big Collets, we have a small Collet. We are trying to show our topless models here, our span top minis. So even within our rotating, right? I mean, we have decreased the weight. So you're using less power. Now we decrease weight with the hex profile, similar to how we discussed on the Maxos. This hex profile, you have more torque conversion. The lubricating nipples create decrease of friction coefficient, so you get more clamping force, and all this stuff, right? With a shaving of a second of your cycle time, or reducing your power consumption for 5 minutes or 5% over a period of days and weeks and years and months, it adds up, right? And these are benefits. It's not just making a part. It is truly revolutionizing the process of how you make components.
I'm already thinking about lower energy costs based on what you said.
Yeah.
But have you ever walked into a shop and seen a part sticking out of a machine hanging out this far?
Absolutely.
And every ounce of the work holding being reduced helps that part because,
absolutely.
When you think about the load that's put on some of these shows, we're all maximizing what those machines will do, and a lesser load is going to save the life of the machine.
Absolutely.
There's so many reasons.
Spindle bearings,
yes,
get worn out, or don't get worn out as fast. So absolutely. I mean, see, this is the beauty, right? I will tell you, I also sell tools. One of the things I don't tell customers, because they will hold me to it, but I follow up with my customers afterwards. With our rubber, the vibration dampening, and this rigid clamping, the tools I sell to customers, along with my chucks, the tool life increases.
Mm-hmm. Of course it does.
Because there's less vibration.
Right.
Now, that is not something I was right, because I know they will follow up with me, I got 5% less, but the point is, there are so many ancillary benefits besides quick change and high accuracies and process control. There are all these other benefits, and every single of our customer enjoys it, notices it, and appreciates it.
Do you know how I know you're a good man and you're there to help out your clients, your customers?
Wow.
You sell tools with a product that reduces the wear and tear on the tool. Well, you could sell more tools with a lesser, but now you're selling. Look, you get where I'm going with this, right? He's looking out for you guys by giving you longer tool life, and as a consumable, consumables get expensive quick. So if I can save the life on that 25%, 30%, 40%, I'm saving a lot of money.
A happy customer needs less maintenance and longer business, right? So you keep a customer happy, business grows on its own.
I like it. Let's keep these customers happy as we slide over to this other table. It looks very familiar to the last table. What are we looking at here that might be a little different?
So this is only our demo area. So this is a kit where we are actually able to show the pullback effect of our of a component. This is a manual actuating unit that we use. And again, just different types of Collets, front nose with grooves in it, PCDs. So we're just trying to show customers, and there they get to try the quick change, but here they get to experience the pullback effect. Seeing how the Collet goes back and forth clamping a component. So this is again a play area for our customers, give them enough space, and at the same time try to show them all the varieties of components we can tackle.
Let's head over to the last table. I think you've done an amazing job. I love a playground, especially a machining playground. Don't get me wrong, I'll swing from swings and slide down slides, but I like a machining playground. Now, this table, while I'm seeing some familiarity to the other couple, I'm starting to see some unique pieces here. Right. Can we describe to the audience what we're looking at?
So we are looking at, some of these are quick 0-point, quick change interfaces, right? So as you know, Hainbuch acquired Vischer and Bolloy. So now it's a sister company. They have a variety of products. So some of these quick change 0-point locations are on display here. This is also stationary. This is our small, the Hydroc 32s with a changing fixture. This is a Bannock. So once again, customer wants to play around, see. We have Collets and they can touch. This is the Mando G. So we saw the mandrels over there. This is a mandrel. So Hainbuch has great solutions for machining of gears. However, one of the things was every single time it was gear machining involved, it was always a special solution. Many years ago, having studied all the gear solutions that we have provided over the last so many years, they came up with a Mando G, we call it, a mandrel kind of for gear orbing. They made this, it's standardized, we make it in different sizes. And what they did was, this is kind of like a Lego piece. It is standard, so it is cost effective.
You read my mind, by the way.
But we have given you 3 surfaces for putting your end stops, right? We provide an actuating unit. You can make your own actuating unit. You can make the flange. So we have given the customer our core technology at a very reasonable price with the ability to customize it for their own need if they want to play with it. So this is more reasonable, but our specialty 213 solutions for gear, probing and grinding, etc., are always there for the customer. But again, listening to our customers and what they wanted something more reasonable. They wanted the core technology, but every time something changes, I gotta buy another custom solution. Okay, now I can give you something that is standard at our standard prices, which are more affordable than our special prices, but you can adapt it to your needs. This is an actuating unit, and so on. And there's so much more. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the latest catalog. It is this thick. I would need to hire half the hall to kind of show everything. But this is primarily some of our core technology that is of interest to our Indian customers.
It's a great place to get started. You've shown a lot of the success. And I think we've done a wonderful job of starting this out about, it's expensive, but not really at the end of the day.
No.
If we talk about price per part, if we talk about the quality that's coming out of it, at the end of the day, we're saving money by making the upfront investment. And I think you've done a wonderful job of navigating that conversation all the way through.
Thank you, Tony.
The last question I have for you is the hardest one of the day. You ready?
Absolutely.
It's the end of the tour.
Yeah.
Did you tell me this is your first ever time on camera?
This is. Yes.
How amazing did this guy do? First ever time on camera. Thank you so much.
Hey.
I appreciate it.
You need a good host to make you comfortable. So thank you so much.
But I got some money. Hold on. Thank you all for watching. Time is the one thing we cannot manufacture more of, so we appreciate you sharing your time with us today.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thanks.